3, the villain kids put on quite the show alongside the core 4. They dance, do wicked acrobatics, and show off their true colors. Despite showing us some awesome moves, something bizarre happens to Dizzy during this musical number. We first see Dizzy wearing a long dress made out of patchwork, but then a few seconds later, we see her wearing an entirely different outfit. How did Dizzy manage to switch outfits so quickly? This is the most fashionable mistake we've ever seen. Mal's powers. Another mistake we couldn't help but notice has everything to do with Mal. When Hades tries to escape through the barrier, then Jay and Carlos try to stop him, but he blasts them with his ember. This causes Mal to transform into a dragon and take on her dear old dad. But Hades ends up blasting her too, and according to Mal, he was draining all of her powers. So why is it that Mal's powers did take a hit throughout the film? This is more of an inconsistency than a mistake, but it's puzzling nonetheless. The security guard. Another inconsistency we couldn't help but notice occurs when Audrey goes to the Museum of Cultural History. Audrey doesn't have any magical powers of her own, yet somehow she manages to put the guard to sleep. With Uma on the loose, we find it very unlikely that the guard chose to take a snooze. Audrey obviously put the guard to sleep before cutting the security cameras, but how did she do this? It just doesn't make any sense. She also opened the museum's gates without laying a finger on them. Protect the crown, not the scepter. But Audrey's magical touch isn't the only strange thing that happens at the museum. Everything from the Queen's crown to Cinderella's glass slipper to Genie's lamp is protected by security glass. But when it came to Maleficent's scepter, nothing was shielding it from Audrey's wrath. This is super off-putting considering the scepter is a super dangerous weapon. Jane's birthday cake. Descendants3 managed to make us feel an array of emotions, and one of those was jealousy. Who else wanted to grab a piece of Jane's birthday cake but couldn't? Well, you're not alone. Luckily, Dizzy and Celia were able to steal a piece from Jane's birthday cake before Carlos had the chance to give it to her. We clearly see that a single piece of cake is missing, but when the camera cuts to Dizzy and Celia eating cake, they each have their own piece and plate. So why is it that there was only one piece missing from the cake, the cupcake? Once Audrey gets her hands on the crown and the scepter, she doesn't waste any time. She crashes Jane's party and starts picking on everyone in her path.
Does that make you sad? Does it just ruin everything?
She even grabs a cupcake out of someone's hands and throws it away. Now that's just cruel. Were we the only ones who noticed that Audrey grabbed the cupcake backwards and yet didn't have any frosting on her hand once she chucked it? Tell us if you noticed this mistake in the comments below. Watch your back, Carlos.
I'm sorry.
Do you like a prince now? How about a nice shiny armor?
That's where watch your back happened. They sung watch your back, hit them to the cracks. Look, guys, we gotta get over it. Put our differences aside and fight, bye. You see that?
Celia saves the day by sliding a shield Carlos's way. But for some strange reason, the knight never tricks Carlos. Carlos puts the shield up and nothing happens. Then he slides away on it. Was this a huge mistake on the knight's part? VK Day is here. We all know that Mal is a talented spray paint artist, but during the Good to Be Bad musical number, we see Mal making a huge mistake. She's supposed to be spray painting VK Day on the door of a barn, but it just didn't look believable. Clearly Mal was just pretending to spray paint. Old hag Mal. Audrey may be a lot of things, but humorless is not one of them. She turns Mal into an old hag at the beginning of D3.
You think Ben will love you now, you old hag?
Forcing Mal and her friends to return to the aisle. Mal's back is curved, and she can hardly walk. Yet somehow she manages to squeeze into her BK outfit and ride a motorcycle. That just doesn't make any sense. Did you notice anything we didn't? Sound off in the comments.
We'd love you to join us at Oregon Prep. Will you come? Sign King Ben.
We are so excited that you get to go to Oregon, Dizzy. We totally fell in love with you in Descendants too. You're kind, you're smart, you're talented, and you're Evie's favorite. You deserve so much better than life on the Isle of the Lost. Evie will take great care of you, and you will be so successful in Oregon. Just keep an eye on your fellow VKs. There are 4 new villain kids in Descendants3. Do you know which VK is totally obsessed with all things shiny? Keep watching for the 10 things no one realized about the new villain kids. Not your mother's daughter. We meet Dizzy Tremaine in Descendants 2. She works at a super stylish salon on the Isle of the Lost. Dizzy is the daughter of Drusilla Tremaine, one of Cinderella's stepsisters. In Cinderella, Drusilla is lazy and mean, but Dizzy couldn't be more different. She's super sweet, and she is such a hard worker. She runs the salon and keeps it clean. She's also talented at making accessories like the tiara she gave to Evie. Like father, like son. 2 of the new BKs are actually twins. Squeaky and Squirmy are the sons of Mr. Smee. Smee was the first mate to Captain Hook in Peter Pan. Smee was a total doormat to Hook. He did whatever the evil captain wanted, and he was so scared of everything. It's hard to be a pirate if you're timid.
That's
Squeaky
me.
and Squirmy are the same way. They're frightened of everything and are really shy, but they have each other at least. Daddy's girl. Celia Facilier is the doctor of the voodoo master, Dr. Facilier. We saw just how powerful Dr. Facilier was in Princess and the Frog. Some of the BKs don't want to be like their parents, but Celia really wants to make her dad proud. But that doesn't make her a villain through and through.
What kind of hustle you got going on with them shiny people?
No hustle. I got friends on the other side.
Mel totally relates to Celia because she used to want to make her mom proud, even though Maleficent was evil. Wicked grandmother. We can all agree that Lady Tremaine was a terrible stepmother, but she was really good to her daughters, Drusilla and Anastasia. However, she has not been a good grandmother. She forces Dizzy to do all the cleaning at the salon and home. Lady Tremaine dresses nice, but Dizzy is often seen wearing rags. And just look at how tense their relationship is. Lady Tremaine is obviously bitter about losing her servant stepdaughter, so she takes it out on Dizzy. But that doesn't mean that she doesn't love Dizzy in her own strange way. So excited. Squeaky and Squirmy may look like they're scared of everything, and who can blame them? They've lived their whole life on the Isle. They're really scared of leaving their dad behind on the Isle of the Lost, but they're still super excited. They've heard lots of stories about Oridon, and they know life is better there. Squeaky and Squirmy show us that you can be scared and excited at the same time. What makes Celia really excited? Keep watching to find out. Southern Belle. It might seem like Celia is from the Isle. After all, she lived most of her life there. But Celia considers herself totally Southern. She says she's from the South because that's where her dad's from. Dr. Facilier really lived the Louisiana culture, and that has carried over to his daughter. Your heritage doesn't have to be where you live, and Celia really honors that Cajun lifestyle. Is your heritage different from where you live? Tell us in the comments below. Big sister vibes. Dizzy's mom grew up with a sister who was close in age. Drusilla and Anastasia mostly got along, but Dizzy is an only child. If it wasn't for Evie, Dizzy would be super lonely. She really feels like Evie is her big sister. Evie supports her and treats her so kindly. They have each other's backs, and Evie is the reason that Dizzy gets to go to Oridon. We just love their relationship. Once again, Descendants shows us that you don't have to be related to be family. Biggest fear. Even though the twins are excited about Oridon, they're really scared. Leaving the life you know behind is terrifying, but their biggest fear is leaving their dad. Unlike a lot of BKs, Squeaky and Squirmy have a great relationship with their father, and they are younger than the other BKs. They're afraid that they'll never see their dad again, but Carlos reassures them that they will see Mr. Smee soon. We hope they learn to be a little less scared. Living the dream. Life on the Isle is pretty rough, and while some of the BKs may enjoy their life or get along with their parents, Dizzy isn't one of them. She's dreamed about living her best life in Oridon forever. In fact, most of the BKs have. There's less crime and more happiness in Oridon. Dizzy has been waiting her whole life to get her chance.
I can't believe that I get to live with you in your very own castle.
And we just know that she's awesome enough to succeed with the chance that Evie gives her. Money talks. It isn't easy to be rich on the Isle. There are no castles, and everyone is kind of stuck being poor. So it makes sense that Celia is all about money. Life for Celia is about business and getting rich, and she isn't afraid to use less than legal means to achieve it. She's a skilled pickpocketer. We just hope she learns to clean up her act. Which of the new BKs is your favorite?
Celia and Dizzy.
Comments.
If you didn't know, BK
I was hoping you were
stands
home.
for Billy
Okay,
Kid.
Audrey, you really freaked us out in Descendants 3. We know you lost your shot at the crown, not to mention